everybody, welcome to our Pilates Level 1 class. I'm Carrie. This class is intended to be safe for everybody. Those of you who might have some neck or back issues, I will make sure to tell you what movements to modify, and please do. If you find anything painful, we don't work through pain, right? All right, so let's take a seat on your mat and you can adjust your camera. We'll be on the floor the whole time today. Okay, once again, my name is Carrie. You've done the hardest part. You showed up for class. Everything's good from here on out. So let's sit up nice and tall, hands underneath your thighs. And what I want you to do is take a big inhale through your nose. On your exhale through your mouth, I want you to round your lower back and just lean back a little bit. And then inhale, sit up tall, lengthen as tall as you can through that spine. And exhale, round your lower back just a little bit. So we're just finding some flexibility in our lumbar spine. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Good. Okay, let's start to make that movement a little bit bigger. So inhale, grow really tall. Exhale, roll back till your arms are fully extended. Good. Once we're here, we're going to release one arm, and we're going to release the other arm. You're just going to hold it. And now reach forward and lift yourself back up. Good. Let's do it again. Hands under your thighs. Exhale, roll back. We're keeping the shoulders open, so I don't want any round shoulders, right? We're rounding our lumbar spine. Release one hand, then the other, and pull yourself up. Good. We're doing it 2 more times. Exhale, roll back. Inhale, one arm. Exhale, the other arm and up. Last time, rolling back. Just make sure you're breathing. Doesn't really matter when you inhale, when you exhale. Good. Okay, let's go ahead and take our legs into a V. And let's just start with a little bit of rotation. So bend your right knee in. Good. And we're going to just turn towards that knee. Putting your hand on your leg and thinking about getting really tall. So not pressure to push, just a little sensory touch here. Opening your chest. And then we're going to come to the other side and we're going to side bend over. So let's inhale as you rotate to the bent knee. And exhale as you reach over the other leg. Good. Inhale as you twist. This time let's leave that hand on the knee. And exhale. And you're going to feel it a little bit deeper in those intercostal muscles under your armpit, down your rib cage. One more time. We rotate. And we reach. Good. And then let's sit up and switch legs. So Pilates is all about moving our spine in all directions. So let's go ahead and rotate towards the bent knee. And then reach away over the extended leg. Come on up. Inhale, rotate. And exhale, reach. Good. Inhale, rotate. This time we leave the hand on that leg. As you reach over, we get a little deeper into that stretch. Good. One more time, rotate. And exhale, reach. Good. So we've done some lateral spinal flexion. We've done rotation. We've done flexion and extension. So let's come all the way down onto our backs now. So go ahead and hold on to your legs to help you slowly roll through every segment of your spine until you're all the way down onto your back. Pulling your heels in towards your bottom, feet flat. Spread your toes. Feel your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heel all equally. And just scanning your back, noticing that curve in your lumbar spine, that low part. There should be less pressure there than there are under your rib cage, under your thoracic spine, and under your sacrum, under your tailbone and pelvis. All right. So what we're going to do is just work on imprinting that spine. So on your exhale, you're going to pull your abdominals down into the floor and try to flatten that space in your lumbar spine. Inhale to release. Exhale to flatten. It's a very small movement. If you don't flatten that space, that's okay. It's all about just trying to get some extension and flexion in that lumbar spine. So So as long as you're narrowing the space, you're accomplishing your goal. It doesn't have to be that you completely eliminate the space. Good. So finding that neutral spine, now we're going to try and move our leg without moving that lumbar spine. So everything is still as you lift, as you slide your right leg away from you on the ground. And then flex the foot, pull the toes towards your face, push your heel away. Tight abs, notice that space under your back. As you drag your heel back in, can you keep that space constant? So do that a few times as you push the heel away and then flex the foot. Relax the foot and pull the heel back in. Inhale to push away. Exhale to pull back in. See that leg one more time. What's happening with your other leg? Is it falling open or are you engaging that inner thigh to keep it still? Let's switch legs. Slide the other leg away. So Pilates is a lot about what is stable and what is mobile. So right now I want you to feel that your pelvis and your spine is incredibly stable. Your hip and your knee and your ankle and your foot, that's the mobile part of your body right now, right? So as you slide your leg away, we have hip and knee extension, ankle flexion, and then we have hip, knee flexion, ankle extension. So 2 more times here, but nothing's moving in that pelvis or that back. 1 more time. Good. All right, so now let's lift one leg up to tabletop. And we're going to do the same thing here, keeping the spine stable. We're going to mobilize the hip. You're going to tap the heel down and lift the leg back up. So inhale as you tap and exhale as you lift. So things to think about here is the angle of the knee, whatever it is, if it's 90 degrees or if it's a little wider than that, doesn't matter what it is, I want it to be constant. So as you move from the hip joint, you're not changing the knee angle. Good. Also, we have that stability in the spine, so there's no movement in that lumbar spine. Good. Take that foot down. Let's do the other leg. Lift it up to tabletop. Tap the heel down. Lift the leg up. Inhale as you lower. Exhale as you lift. Good. We got 2 more. 1 more. And then lower that heel as well. Good. So let's talk about our thoracic spine now. So I want you to puff up your rib cage and arch your upper back between your shoulder blades. Feel like you're squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then relax down and press your shoulder blades apart. And feel like maybe I put a big heavy book on your chest and you're sinking your chest down into the ground. So inhale, expand that chest, squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then exhale, sink that chest. Do that one more time. So we're moving in our thoracic spine now. And sink down. Now I want you to keep that heavy feeling in your rib cage as we lift up one leg to tabletop and then the other leg to tabletop. Good. Putting your hands on your ribs, I want you to think about taking a breath and seeing if you can expand your rib cage to the side without puffing out your chest. So big inhale, and as you exhale, feel like the ribs knit together. Good. Inhale, and exhale. One more time. Inhale laterally, and exhale. Good, let's take those hands back to your sides. We're going to lower one heel to the ground, and now what you're going to do is lift it back up and alternate legs. So we're back to the movement you just did a moment ago, except that now we're starting with our legs up in the air. Exhale as you lift, inhale as you lower, and exhale as you lift. Good, we're going to do 1 more each leg. And then we're going to advance this movement even more. Lower one heel to the mat, and then switch legs. So they pass each other in the air. Good. There's no movement in your low back or your upper back. So you feel like those ribs are sinking down into the floor. Your abdominals are tight. And then if you want to advance this even more, lift your hands up to the sky. We've got 8, 7, 6, 6. Where's our mobility? It's only in our hips. 3, 2, 1. Let's take those legs to tabletop. Now let's work on our shoulders. So our legs are at tabletop, squeezing your knees together so we're using those inner thighs. And I want your fingers reaching to the sky. So the first thing we're going to do is move one arm back behind us, keeping the elbow straight. How far back can you go before the elbow wants to bend? So that's your point where you're going to stop. Now, pull your ribs down into the ground and lift that arm back up. Good, let's do the other arm. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. You're just going to alternate arms with your own breath. And we're working on shoulder mobility, but we're keeping that thoracic spine stable. All right, let's take one hand back, and now you're going to do the same thing that you did with your legs. You're going to switch arms. Now, because your legs are up in the air, you're also having to keep yourself stable from rocking side to side. So if you squeeze those thighs together, that's going to help you. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Both arms up. Good. Open your arms to the side, palms up. Now we're going to open up just one leg and let it fall a little bit to the side, not so much that you rock your body over towards it and bring it back to the center. And then open the other leg and back to the center. Inhale as you open, exhale as you close. So now what we're working on is finding those stabilizing muscles with our obliques that allow us to continue to keep both cheeks down, both sides of our waist down, both sides of our rib cage down, just alternating side to side. 4, and close. Inhale, open, 3, exhale, close, 2 more. 1 more. Good, let's take the arms back up to the sky, and then we're going to do our dead bug version here. So we're going to take the right leg forward and the left arm back. Now, what you want to do is lower the arm and the leg to the point where your back does not arch in any way. There's no change in your spine, and then bring it back in. So we're at tabletop legs, arms to the sky. Other arm, opposition, arm and leg reach, exhale together. We've got 8. Inhale, exhale back to center. Inhale, reach, exhale back to center. With your leg reaching, can you try and touch the wall that's away from you? Pull the rib cage down. Try to keep that low back from arching. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1, and let's lower the arms and feet to the floor. We're going to move into some bridging next. So the first thing we're going to do is find that imprinted spine where you're trying to flatten your low back. You can also imagine that you have a bowl of soup on your stomach and you're pouring it towards your mouth. Good. From here, we're going to lift the tailbone off the mat. So just a small movement in that low spine and really pull the abdominals down and in. So you should really feel some engagement in your low abdominals. Now what I want you to do is feel like, without moving your knees, feel like they're trying to squeeze together. Those inner thighs are working. And then flatten out and relax. Take an inhale. On your exhale, imprint the spine. Lift the tailbone just an inch. Engage those inner thighs. And relax. Inhale. We'll do it 2 more times here. Exhale, we lift just the tailbone. Inhale, release. Last time, exhale, lift the tailbone. And then let's continue to peel off the mat, lifting one segment of your spine until you're balancing on your shoulder blades. So we definitely don't want to be up in our shoulders or our neck. And now I want you to really feel like those inner thighs are working. Can you feel the insides of your feet and the outsides of your feet equally? Now working from the top of your spine down, we're going to press your sternum in the center of your rib cage down to the mat. We're curling that spine. We're coming back to the position where that tailbone was just an inch off the floor with the imprinted spine, and then you're going to release. And relax those legs, let them fall open. Good. Bring your knees back in, and let's do it again. into that bridge. We want to aim to have knees, hips, and shoulders in a straight line, and then roll yourself back down. Good, and again, exhale as you roll up. Inhale at the top. Exhale, rolling it down. Let's add on. Inhale, exhale, roll up to the top of your bridge. Good. Putting the weight into your right leg, hands down by your side for support. Lift your left leg to tabletop. Good. Put that foot down. Roll yourself down. Roll right back up. Shifting your weight to the left leg, lift your right leg to tabletop. Put it down and roll down. Good. Roll back up. Take that first leg to tabletop, hold it. Good. Now, roll your spine down with that leg in the air. Roll your spine back up. Put your foot down and change legs. One leg's in the air. Roll your spine down. Roll your spine up. Put your foot down. Change legs. We're going to just keep doing this. We're going to roll down with one leg. Roll back up. Change legs. There's no right or wrong way to breathe. You just need to do it. Just make sure that you're not holding your breath. Let's do this one more time. Good. Both feet down, but we're still up in our bridge. Awesome. Now, what I want you to do is squeeze your thighs together. So your feet stay apart, but we're squeezing those thighs together. You're going to feel those inner thighs. Now I want you to drop your hips down halfway and squeeze back up. Halfway down and squeeze up. Imagine that I gave you a $100 bill and you're holding it between your thighs. If you can get through this exercise without dropping it, you can keep it. We've got 8. Lower and lift. 7. 6. You're feeling your outer glutes. 5. You're feeling those inner thighs. 3 left. 2. 1. Come down. Awesome. Hug those knees into your chest. Whew. All right. From here, we're going to go into our single leg stretch. So we're going to build up on it at different levels. Taking your left hand to the right shin, to the right shin just below your knee, and the right hand to your ankle. Extend your left leg away from you like you're trying to touch the wall, somewhere halfway up the wall. Wherever that spot is that your back doesn't arch. And I now want you to really pull that right knee into your chest. Good. And we might feel like we've imprinted our spine. That's okay. You might feel like you're still in your neutral spine, and that's fine as well. Whatever you've chosen, you just don't want it to change. Now we're going to just switch our hands and switch our legs. So one leg is really reaching, the other leg you're using your hands and you're really pulling. So inhale to switch, exhale to pull. Inhale to switch, exhale to pull. Now if you have no neck issues or back osteoporosis, osteopenia, if you have those conditions, we don't want to do a lot of flexion in your spine. But if you have a healthy back, go ahead and see if you can lift up your chin over your chest and get your shoulder blades to support you with your shoulders off the floor, and continue changing these legs. We're going to do 6, 5, you're pulling and reaching, 3, 2, 1, both knees in, head down. Extend both legs to the sky. We're going to flex our feet, pulling your toes to your face, and point your feet. Flex and point. So we're just warming up those hamstrings a little bit. Good. Now bring your heels together, toes apart, flex your feet. So you want to have a turnout that's about the size of a Weight Watchers piece of pizza, not a New York style, all right? Not a huge turnout. Point your feet, flex your feet. So we're just moving through the fascia in our feet. Good. Now point those feet and lower your legs just a few inches away from you. Stop when you feel like you're about to arch your back. Flex your feet and pull those legs back up to the sky. So point the feet as you lower and flex the feet as you lift. And at the same time, I want you thinking about squeezing those heels together. Inhale, you're reaching, you're pushing down with the backs of your legs. Exhale, you're pulling up with your inner thighs. Now if you can, if your back conditions allow it, interlace your fingers behind your head. And go ahead and lift up your head and shoulders. And rest your head into your hands like a pillow. And we're going to do this 4 more times. Inhaling away, exhaling 3. Inhaling to press, exhaling to lift 2. Last one. Maybe you're getting the shakes. And release knees into your chest. Good. All right, now from here, let's go back to that single leg stretch position, hugging one knee in and one leg extending. But now I want you on that bent knee to take your hands underneath your thigh and stretch your legs up to the sky. Good. Let's bend and straighten that leg. 3, 2, 1. Now let's switch legs. Pull the other knee in and lower that leg. And let's extend this leg for 3 and bend. 2, 1, extend it. Now this time we're not going to bend, so we're just going to switch legs. And I want you to grab your leg either under your thigh or under your calf. Don't grab your knee joint. And then switch again. Inhale to switch and exhale to pull. Now I want you to think about pulling that top leg closer to your chest as you reach the other leg away, but no arching in the back. 8. If you want to lift your head and shoulders, 7, 6. We're getting a good hamstring stretch. 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one. Both knees in, and let's roll up to sitting. Good. All right. So we're going to do one more exercise here for a little bit of back extension. So this is where you need that towel or that pillow. Towel or mat. So you want to roll it up so it's long. You're going to bend your knees and come back down. We want to put that rolled up towel or mat right under across your shoulder blades. This is going to allow us to do some back extension and some ab work. Great combination. So interlace your fingers behind your head so your head is supported. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the mat. We're going to open the elbows and fold over that pillow, over that towel or mat. Your chest is nice and open. Abs are tight. You're going to pull your rib cage down into that towel. Exhale and curl up. Good. Inhale to extension. And exhale. We're really actually in a neutral position here, right? Inhale, extend, and exhale to neutral. Inhale, extend. Exhale to neutral. Good. We're going to do 4 more like this. One more time. We're holding it in neutral. Now from here, I want you to rotate towards one knee. Bring your elbow back to the floor behind you. Come to the center. And then fold back over your towel. Exhale up. We rotate the other way, trying to get the elbow to touch the floor. Come back to center and lower down. We're going to keep this movement going. Lift, rotate, center, and back. Now as you're rotating, make sure that you're not lifting your hip. So this rotation is happening in your upper spine, your thoracic spine. It's not happening in your hips. We've got 3 more. We lift, rotate, center, and down. 2 more times. Lift, rotate, center, and down. Last time. Lift, rotate, center, down. Relax. Good. Hands under your thighs. Pull yourself back up. Woo. Nice. Okay, let's turn around. We're going to get onto all fours. You have this towel, so if you need more padding under your knees, feel free to put that towel underneath your knees. And let's find our box. Knees under your hips, wrists under your shoulders. We're going to do a little bit of cat-cow. So first one, we're going to tuck that pelvis under, drop your chin. I want you to feel like you're trying to push your back up into the sky. Now from here, come to a neutral spine. And what I want to work on our extension is our upper back. So push your chest forward, but don't sink your belly down. Squeeze those shoulder blades back, right? And come to neutral. And then let's curl again. Bring your tailbone under, lifting your pubic bone towards your navel. Come back to neutral. Press your chest forward and lift without dumping into your belly. So you're still lifting your belly at the same time. And then again, we round. Exhale. Inhale, we're lifting that chest, squeezing the shoulder blades, feeling that work in the upper back. Last time, round the back. Extend through neutral, lift the chest. Good, come back to neutral. Slide that right leg back behind you, foot on the floor. So all 5 toes of that foot on the floor. Lift that leg just a few inches without lifting the hip open. So we're neutral, and I want you to feel like you're squeezing your inner thighs together. Good, lift that leg higher 1 inch, lower 1 inch. Up 1 inch, lower 1 inch. We're flexing the foot, pushing the heel to the back wall. For 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it. Good. See if you can release your opposite hand forward. Balance. Now from here, lower the hand and the foot to the mat and lift them back up. 6, lower, and lift. 5, lower, lift. Pulling the rib cage up, pulling the abs tight. Last 3, 2, 1, hold, and then come back to hands and knees. Nice. Round your back into our cat. Extend through to your version of our cow today. Good, one more time. Round the back. Inhale to expansion and find neutral. Take the left leg back directly behind you. Good. Keep this rotation neutral as you lift that leg. So I'm not worried about how high that leg goes. And then 1 inch higher, 1 inch lower. Up and down. Lift and lift. 6, 5. Your abdominals are lifting up. 4. Feel like you're trying to imprint your lower spine on the ceiling. 2 more. 1. Hold it. Take that opposite hand forward. Reaching in opposite directions. Lower both the hand and the foot to the mat and lift. Lower. Exhale, lift. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Good. Come back to hands and knees. Round your back. Find your neutral spine. Curl your toes underneath you like you're about to stand up. And what I want you to do is find that cat position. So tuck your tail under, drop your chin. Now lift your knees 1 inch and hold it for 8, 7. Pulling those abdominals up. 4, 3, 2, 1, and lower. Shift your weight back. Roll out those wrists, those shoulders. Good. Let's do a little wrist expansion. Turning your palms up in front of you. Take your fingertips down. Press your hands down. And then just make circles with your hips. You'll get a nice stretch in those wrists. And circle the other way with your hips. Just to stretch out the wrists a little bit. Because they did a lot of work. Good. All right, let's go into our first plank. So, planting, starting with our box. Again, spread your fingers. Weight is in the thumb and the index finger, and the index finger points forward. Let's step back with the right foot. Lift your abdominals, and then slide your left leg back. Now, if it's too much to stay here, come right to your knees. All right, if wherever you are, I want you to bring your feet together. So on your knees are together. On your toes, your big toes are together. Squeeze those inner thighs. Pull your inner elbows forward, so squeeze your armpits in. Good. Pull that navel up into your spine. Squeeze your glutes. Now, reach your chest 1 inch forward. Awesome. There you are. For 8, 7, a plank and you engage full body, very different than just hanging out in your plank. All right, let's come back to all fours. Let's go back to that leg work. I want you to take your left arm down to your forearm. Your right arm stays straight, so we've got a little bit of rotation in the thoracic spine. Take that left leg back, but now you get to turn it up. I'm sorry, your right leg. Take your right leg back. So right arm is straight, right leg back. And it's turned out, lift it up. Good. Look at your toes over your shoulder. Good. Pump it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it. Now you're going to bend that right knee and pull it into your right tricep. Pull as hard as you can, and then kick it up to where you started. Pull it in, exhale, inhale, kick it up. We're going to do 6 more. Pull and press. Pull and press. 4 more. When you're pulling, I really want you to feel that right waist. Feeling your rib cage moving. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Push yourself up onto both hands. Now we're going to take that right leg that's lifted, you're going to pull it across towards your left elbow and kick it up. So we internally rotate as you pull the knee forward, and then externally rotate as you lift. Pull it in, kick it up. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold it. And then come back down to your hands and knees. Let's come on to your side. And we're going to go right into our clam. So come down on your forearm. Bend your knees forward. Heels are in line with your bottom. So if you took your hand right on top of your hip, it would point to your heels. Good. Now, we're going to lift this lower waist. So we're not hanging out relaxed, we're lifted. Good. Take this top hand either to your forehead or behind your head, whichever you find more comfortable for your shoulder. Lift up that top knee and squeeze it down. Now we're trying not to move the hips. Inhale, lift. Exhale, squeeze. Good. So there's a lot of work going here in our shoulder stability as we hold still. We're working outer thigh, inner thigh, and hip. 2 more. 1 more. Good. Now extend that top leg out to the side. Good. Extend this arm. I want you to reach the arm forward and the leg back. Good. Now we're going to bring the leg forward and the arm back. So we're moving in opposition. Now, here's the challenge. We're not rocking forward and back, right? So the entire time, my hip is over my other hip. I'm not tipping forward and backward. Good. Flex the foot as you come forward. Point the foot as you reach back. So we use the foot muscles too. 2 more times. 1 more. And then push yourself up into your mermaid. So that back knee is internally rotated. Now if this bothers your knees, no problem. Take that leg out to the side, okay? So find something that feels okay. All right, we're gonna do some rotation here. So you're gonna lift this back hip as you sweep across. And then come center. Grab that shin and counter stretch. Good. Rotation. And flexion. 1 more time. Rotation. And flexion. Good. Now come down to your forearms. Let's bend that back knee and lift that thigh off the floor. And let's lift it up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and come up. Cross that foot in front. Good, and just open your knees, hinge forward at your flat back just a little bit. Open up those glutes. And we're ready for our other side. All good? Moving on. Let's come onto our hands and knees. So you can face whichever rotate it out. So your left leg is up in the air this time. That means that your right arm goes down to the forearm. All right, looking over your left shoulder, lift it up and down. Just a few inches of movement, straight leg, flexing the foot, lifting the abdominals, up and down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold it, you're looking at over your shoulder. Pull that knee in towards your tricep, you're trying to touch, and you're kicking it high to the back. Lift and press. Pull and push. Make sure you're breathing. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Good. Now come up on both hands. We're still externally rotated here, but now you're going to internally rotate as you bend the knee in towards your right elbow and press it up externally to the side. So we pull in, press back, and lift. Pulling in. Good. Now can you really engage your abdominals and try not to let your back do a lot of movement? Let's do 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Hold it up. Squeeze those glutes, long leg press, and come back down to your knees. Turning onto your other side. Coming onto that forearm, we'll move right into our clamshell. Lifting your lower waist, taking that hand to the forehead in salute or behind, wherever it's more comfortable. Heels stay together, lift up that inner thigh, press it down. Lifting the top leg, no movement in the hips, not rocking forward and backward. Good. Lifting your lower waist, so there's less pressure on that shoulder. If you're really using your core muscles to hold your body up, it'll be much more comfortable on that shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Good. Extend that leg out. Reach the arm forward, pull the leg back. Good. In opposition, pull the leg forward, reach the hand back. Good. Keep moving. Keeping that leg at the same distance off the floor the whole time, no matter where it is, it doesn't go higher or lower. And we're really using all of your core strength not to rock front and back. Good, let's flex the foot coming forward, point the foot coming back. Flex the foot coming forward, point the foot coming back. We're going to do 2 more. One more time. And pull the knees in. Good. Find your mermaid. And we rotate across. And then we grab the shin coming back for that counter stretch. Remember, if it bothers your hip or your knee, just turn out your leg. So rotate and reach and rotate and reach. One more time. Beautiful. Let's come down to your forearms. So you're kind of over that front knee. You're not back here, right? We don't want to torque your back. All right. Pull your back heel into your bottom and now lift your thigh off the ground. Good. 1 inch higher, 1 inch lower for 8, 7, 6, 5. We're in the glutes, the hamstrings. 3, 2, and 1. Ah. Good. Cross that ankle in front. And just hinge forward from the hips. Nice long back. Just getting a little stretch. Good. We're going to go back to our abs one more time for some earthquake abs. Then we're going to do a little bit of back extension and we will be done. So grab your towel one more time. And we're going to put that towel this time right at your just about an inch behind where you're sitting. Just a little space between your bottom and that towel. Good. Okay, so let's go ahead. You can use your hands to help you. I want you to tip your pelvis, so pull that pubic bone up, round that lower back, and lean back into your towel, just so you feel your towel. Good. All right, now let's release those hands forward. Good. Now I want you to roll 1 inch deeper into your towel and 1 inch off your towel. So you're never losing contact with your towel, you're not coming all the way up, but you're kind of like squishing your towel and releasing your towel. Squish and release. And we call it earthquake abs because right about now you're starting to feel that shake. Right? For 3, 2, 1. Hold. Good. Take one arm up. We're just going to switch arms. Hold it for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Both arms up and come forward. That was round 1. Here's round 2. Roll back into that towel. Good. Now we're going to do some rotation. So you're going to lean back into your towel, pull your right elbow back, come up slightly, and squish your towel left elbow and up. So squish as you turn. Reach those arms in opposition. So you pull one elbow back and you reach the other one forward. We've got 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Here's your big finale. Arms up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. All right, now I know you want to extend your back. So let's go ahead and come down onto your stomachs. Toenail side down, so push the tops of your feet down into the floor. Thumbs are in line with your chin, forearms are flat. Pulling your navel up off the mat, so that belly button pulls up, but your hips are down. On your inhale, lift up your head and chest. So you're just looking about 2 feet in front of you, just off your mat, and exhale back down. Good, inhale, we lift, and exhale down. We're gonna add on, inhale, lift. Exhale, lift your hands, and release everything down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lift your hands. Everything down. One more time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, the hands go up and down. Let's add on. Inhale, lift. Hands come up. Now reach your hands for the outsides of your legs and squeeze those shoulder blades together. And release everything back down. One more time. Lift the chest. Reach the hands all the way back, grab the outsides of your legs, lift up higher, push your feet down into the floor. Hold it here, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Awesome, press yourselves up, push back to child's pose and stretch out that back. Come into your box. This time we curl our toes, we're going to lift into that downward dog. So lift up your knees, push back into your legs, push the weight back so that there's nothing in your fingers, it's all in the heels of your hands. Go ahead and pedal out your feet. Start to walk your pedal, walk your feet forward to your hands, and then bend your knees, put your chest right on your thighs. Take your hands behind your legs and grab your opposite hand somehow, whether you grab fingers or hands or elbows, whatever feels good. Bending the knees, feel that nice lengthening and stretching in the low back. On your exhale, just try to straighten your legs as much as you can. They're not going to go straight. You want to keep your chest on your thighs and then bend your knees again. So we're just getting a little hamstring stretch here. Next one, let's just hold that stretch. Reaching the crown of the head down to the ground, stretching those hamstrings. Bend your knees, take your hands to your thighs. Press yourself up to that flat back and all the way up. We finally made it to standing. Take a big breath in. Interlace your fingers over your head, push your hands up to the sky. Reach over to one side without pushing your hips away. Come back up to center, other side. Back to center. Look up, little back bend in the upper back. Reach the hands up. Release the hands, circle them around. And folks, we are done. Thanks for joining me for Pilates today.